Hello everyone and welcome again to Facebook Connect with Chee and Associate, where we share with you some legal insights. So today is 1st of May 2020 and Labor Day, and as well as the day that our Prime Minister had made another announcement for the period of MCO. So Ms. Chee, I would like to hear some commentaries from you. What do you think about the announcement made by the Prime Minister this morning?
Yes, so the Prime Minister had just announced the existing MCO to be switched to a conditional MCO instead. So most of the economic sectors could now continue their operation at 100% capacity. So except for entertainment sectors like karaoke, physiology center, cinema, gym, etc., that involves a group of people or direct physical contact. So this is to avoid any spreading of virus any further. So I believe this is a good move of the Prime Minister. So that being said, our office will also be back to business as usual, effective 4th of May 2020. So Sarah, see you on Monday, okay?
We'll see you on Monday too.
Yeah. But don't forget, it is a conditional MCO. So we shall abide by the guidelines and SOP provided by the relevant authority to prevent any outbreak again. All right, so this is not to be taken lightly. We still have to adhere to it so that it don't spread further and there's no third wave coming up. Okay, so coming back to our topic today. So as social medias have become the essential tools and channel in our daily lives, we often see a lot of online posting, and some of them are filled with positivity, great, inspiring. Some of them are offensive, type out fearlessly like brah. So these authors of offensive or without empathy are labeled as the keyboard warrior. Very often they are labeled as the keyboard warrior. So they hantam saja. Type it out. They could just create a fake account and blast all they want. Yeah, anywhere, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anywhere with people, with public, they will just do that because I'm not sure what's the intention, but yeah, they just like to do it sometimes. So defamation law walks a fine line between one person's right to freedom of speech under the Article 10 of the Federal Constitution in Malaysia and another person's right to protect their reputation and innocence as well. So it's very hard to balance, but there ought to be a delicate balance between the two so that we can maintain this order in the society. So now the question arises, are these keyboard warriors responsible for what they have published, in which the statements are sometimes false or defamatory in nature? So sometimes they would have caused some damages to be suffered by the victim. So in terms of maybe affecting the victim's reputation in the eyes of the public, causing misconception to the public on some products and others. So what are the elements of defamation for individuals? So firstly, there must be a false statement, and there must be a statement who refers to the person or have identified them. So what do I mean by identified them? So for instance, I say that, okay, this board of directors of XXX companies are scammers. They siphon money out and just close the company so that they can cheat people's money. For instance, this is just an example. So who are the board of directors of XXX? It can be easily identified once we have checked the register of the company, correct? So this is sufficient for them to bring an action against the person who posted this defamatory statement. So another example would be, okay, secretary of Miss Tiffany. Who is the secretary of Miss Tiffany? For instance, is Sarah. So the public will be able to identify who is this secretary. So this statement would also, you also have a cause of action against this person who posted this statement. All right. So thirdly, it must be published to third party other than that person. So if, for instance, you have published it to newspaper, to your blog, to your Facebook post, Twitter post, Instagram caption, Instagram story, etc., etc. All these amounts to publication. So lastly, the person must also have suffered damages. So what do I mean by suffered damages? Okay, what kind of damages? Not like the physical damages. We are talking about monetary damages over here. So what do we mean by that? So for instance, because of this statement from this newspaper or this person's Facebook, he posted something defamatory in nature. It caused me to lose a 100,000 ringgit deal with the other company because the other company thought I'm going to siphon the money out. All right. So this this is a clear-cut example of suffering monetary loss. So what about those who don't suffer monetary loss, but maybe on the reputation loss? So for instance, once their reputation is being brought down, they might suffer a future losses that has not happened and incurred yet. So if you fall under any category of this, which is Section 4, Section 5, and Section 6 of Defamation Act, which is slander of women, slander affecting official, professional, or business reputation, or slander of title, meaning goods, then you would not have to prove any existing current loss in terms of monetary. You just need to prove the other three elements that I mentioned earlier, which is a false statement, and it's a statement referring to that person, and it is published to the third party. Then, prima facie, a defamatory action, a defamation is fulfilled. All right. So, however, it is subject to the defenses available for that person. Does the author has any justifiable of defenses for him, in which we will examine later on? Okay. So, how about corporations? Just now I mentioned that defamation is only for individuals. So for corporation to sue for defamation, it is impossible to sue for defamation. It will be called malicious falsehood. So basically, the elements governing it is more or less the same. The corporation must also prove that they have suffered damages. But again, it boils back down to the three sections that I mentioned earlier. As long as it falls under, okay, most probably corporation one, we will rely on slander of title, Section 6 of Defamation Act. For instance, the slander of goods, then the corporation can actually take action against any person who posted this defamatory statement about their goods, in which we will show you the scenarios later so that you can understand better. Okay, so what are the defenses available? So before we go to defenses, we must prove that the four elements under defamation has been established. So once it has been established, only we will move to the defenses and see what the defendant potentially has. All right. So Sarah, can you enlighten us on these defenses?
Sure. If you are publishing such statement with a very kind-hearted or very nice intention, you might want to know, and we try to explain to you as simple as possible the defenses that you can use again. And you can see on the board here, the first defense that you can raise is justification, meaning that you're trying to justify that the statement is made because of the truthness of it, meaning that the statement is entirely or partially true. So you need to prove in order for this defense to sustain. The second defense that is available is fair comment. And as it mentioned, it is a fair comment without any bad intention or malice. So it needs to be based on your own honest and fair observation towards the circumstances. And the third is privilege. What type of privilege? Sometimes you make a statement based on the judicial proceedings or parliamentary proceedings or even a police report, because police report is a public documentation. So you take the excerpt from that, meaning that one you can raise the defense of privilege of the qualified privilege complaint to authority. And the last but not least, the defense that you can raise upon is that you make such statement for the interest of public at large, meaning for the public interest. You feel and you believe that you made this statement and the public had a corresponding matter in receiving the same set of information that need to be conveyed upon. So we bring to you some scenarios so you can understand better. So A posted an allegation in Facebook or Twitter saying that B is having an extramarital affair with C. So does this amount to defamation? So the answer is yes, because for you to allege that B and C is having an extramarital affair, you need to prove that they are actually having an extramarital affair to the extent of committing adultery or having a penetrative sex with each other. So unless you can prove that, you are considered committed an act of defamation. If you prove that indeed B and C committed adultery, then you can raise the defense of justification to prove that both of them has indeed having an extramarital affair. So another circumstances or scenario you can see.
Okay, yes. So for instance, like you posted a bad review of the product that you buy from company X. So saying that, oh, it does not work, it is bad quality, it is not as what you advertised earlier, and the post went viral. So does this amount to defamation? Okay, firstly, we must identify the real situation first. Okay, if it's a real defect, you are a real buyer and you have purchased it and you made a complaint to them saying that, hey, your product is really lousy, lah, cannot work, bad quality, etc., etc. So this statement made by you will be it will be an honest expression of an opinion. So you posted it merely for the matter of public interest. So the more possible defenses that you might raise over here will be justification or fair comment as elaborated by Sarah earlier. However, if you are not the real buyer and you maliciously publish it, so what is maliciously? That means you posted it in bad faith. You are actually not the real buyer, and that's not the actual product. You just use some other brand product to bring down the reputation of the company, and you are actually a competitor of that company that you are defaming, and you publish it intentionally so that their business would go down and you injure their reputation. So if that's such a case and they are able to prove it, then you have actually committed a defamatory action against this person. The statement that you have posted on your Facebook, Shopee, Lazada review or whatever will be amounting to defamation. All right. So please be very careful to examine the circumstance to identify whether it is defamatory or not. So many a times, I think it happens a lot because e-commerce is so common nowadays. People would just post their reviews and give their honest feedback. If it is your honest feedback, no problem. But if you are doing it to intentionally injure someone else's business, then yeah, that company can really take action against you. Don't take it for granted like you can leave comment and you just go all out. I believe buyers should also lodge a complaint to the shop seller first before they really post such things. This is to have a long-lasting relationship and to have empathy on businesses as well. Okay, so the other scenario, like criticizing one's character.
Yeah, like for instance, when A made a public statement saying that B is a criminal because B is a pathological liar and committed numerous fraud and scamming crime. So does this amount to defamation? I mean, you already talk about the elements of this person. So when you can prove that B is indeed a criminal who has been convicted by the court, and also like Hospital Bahagia also prove that this person has mental condition to lie. So this does not amount to defamation. You can raise the defense of justification. However, if you do not have the ample proof or any documentation to prove that B is a convicted criminal, by which, for instance, like B is still in the trial and it is not proven by the court yet that B is a criminal, then this does amount to defamation. And things will get worse once like B, after the trial, later be acquitted by the court. Acquitted means that the court found that this person is indeed not guilty. So this is where the danger of defamation comes. Because the principle in law in Malaysia is that one is considered innocent until proven guilty. So which trial who says that he is a criminal, right, Miss Chee?
Yeah, correct. So this often leads to a scenario where a trial by social media happens. So before the court even convict the person or acquit the person, all of these keyboard warriors are the judges. Yeah, this person should be put in the jail. This person should be blah 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 blah. All these comments. So yeah, we should definitely avoid all this from happening. So have mercy on people. Be careful of what you post, especially on all these sensitive issue, right? Mm. So okay, another scenario is where you circulate all these rumors or the scenario 1, 2, 3 that we mentioned earlier on social media and communication platform. So is it a defamation? Yes, because it is published. Even though the real author wasn't you, you were just republishing, you were just sharing someone's post. It also amounts to defamation because it is something untrue, it is a false statement, and it is referring to someone, and this person suffered damages. And what else? You publish it. So yeah, by sharing, you are publishing it. So yeah, please be careful. Although practically speaking, that person wouldn't have such capability to initiate action against so many people. Let's say if the post is being shared many times. All right. So remember, sometimes damage is irreversible. So have empathy on all these people. So don't share some false news or unconfirmed news about people. So yeah, that's the end of our videos. We hope that these few scenarios will have helped you to understand further on the law of defamation in Malaysia. So I believe that everyone has their rights to their freedom of expression, freedom of speech, etc., etc. But there's also a fine line that we need to adhere to, we need to comply with so that we don't go into the realm of defamation. Okay, so also have empathy on people, do not spread any false news before it's confirmed and whatnot. All right, so yeah, on next Monday we will be resuming our business as usual. So however we will
Yay!
still be however we will still be sharing many insightful articles or videos for the time to come. All right, so everyone please stay safe and stay healthy. Always practice social distancing so that this COVID-19 can be curbed fully. We are at the recovery phase already. So all right, 加油 everyone. Hang in there.
Hello!
Yeah, so
Thank
thank you for staying in
you!
again. Thank you for watching our video and hope to see you soon. Bye.